This is Core Dive, bringing you another mythology reading. Today, we will be reading Vali, Private Avenger, an old Norse detective story. Ooh, this sounds rather intriguing. It all started on a Tears Day. I was just a young sap, 1 day old to be exact. I was a full grown man, but I'd become that way in just 1 day's time. It's complicated. Life for me had already been a whirlwind, and it was just going to get worse. I was down in Midgard, trying to catch some Z's in the old mead hall, when this dame walked in. For a second, I thought I'd died and gone to Valhalla. I could tell she was one of those militant gals. For starters, she was wearing some metallic looking underwear as outerwear. Plus, she was carrying a mean looking spear. She had a body on her, too. It was thrown over her shoulder, actually. It was a Gunther, the watchman, or at least he used to be. She threw the body down at my feet. Right then, fell for her. I was more of a goner than Gunther was, but I played it cool. "What can I do you for, dollface?" She had this "I'd rather slay ya than talk to you" look on her face. Kinda cute. "What can I do you for, dollface?" Guess she didn't like being called dollface, because the next thing I knew, my face was being slammed on the floor with 120 pounds of doll crushing the life out of me. "Speak, mortal. Are you the one called Vali?" "You can call me anything you want, gorgeous." She expertly dislodged one of my joints. "Ah, ah, they call me Valley." She jerked me up from the floor, easily as a sack of goat meat, glared at me like a rabid berserker. "Easy on the robes, sugar. Anyone ever tell you you're cute when you're violent? I am the Valkyrie called Spear Shaker." Beautiful name. Swedish? "The All Father wants to know, wants to talk to you." All Father? Heard of him. Lives uptown, Asgard, doesn't he? Kind of guy who has his hands in all kinds of dirty deeds. Somehow keeps them clean. "I know nothing about his hands, but come with me now or I will break your neck." You say the sweetest things. But please, it's happening all so fast. And it was true. Like I said, I'd just been born the day before. I could tell she was the type of gal who didn't like to be refused. Plus, she was definitely a Valkyrie. I'd like to know better. She grabbed a hold of my collar, took me for the ride of my life. Ah! When I stopped screaming, I realized that we were somewhere new. Um, we're not in Midgard anymore, are we, skunk skulker? Ugh, it's Spear Shaker, and we are in Asgard. Ugh, afterlife. Big sleep. Somehow, pictured it'd be brighter. Place had a gloomy vibe. Pale torchlight and long shadows. She led me into a mead hall joint. Looked like the place was closed down for the night. Seated ominously at the end of a long table was a white headed suit, wearing a cape and a winged helmet. "Circus in town or something?" I'd have thought the man creature, All Father, the one called Valley Blankson. The icy dame shoved me into a seat, took her spot behind the All Father's chair. Didn't like the vibe I was getting from this All Father guy. One of his eyes had this shifty look to it. Other one had this less is more quality to it. Blank socket with a mean stare. Looked like he'd lost a poking match with a sharp stick. So, what's the story here, All Father? Send your lovely goon here to pick me up. Now what? What's your game? Vali, I've had my eyes on you for a while now. Eyes? Check him out there. Looks like you're one off. What's the deal anyway? Saving up for a full pair? Spear Shaker came forward, ground my head into the tabletop. Could tell she was really starting to fall for me. I've been impressed with your progress. Well, you should be. I was born yesterday, grew into manhood in a day, and well, here I am. Fine specimen too, might add. I have a proposition for you. First, I think you should know that I am Odin. Lord Asgard, big cheese. But the All-Father is just your cover, huh? I see, crafty. I also thought you should know that I am your father. No kidding. You know, you got a nice place here. Bet you could host some killer parties. Did you not hear what I said? I am your father. Well, with a name like All Father, it sounds like you'd be everybody's father. No, I am literally your father. Great. Now I can change my name from Blankson to Odinson. Aren't you shocked to find that your father is one of the gods? How else would you be able to grow to manhood in a single day? Well, just thought I'd hit a growth spurt. Mom always told me you were my father, but really, never believed her. Who wouldn't trust his own mother? Honest truth, haven't known her that long. Good point. I have to sire you because I have a quest for you. One of the gods has been killed. One of the gods? Dead. Theocide, huh? Does that happen very often with y'all? No. But still, it has happened. I want you to track down the culprit and avenge the murder of my son, Balder. Whoa, Pops. Think you misspoke there. Don't you mean your Balder's son? No, Balder is his name. Yikes. What's your other son's name? Baldest? Glad you left my name up to Mom. That is all very humorous, but I'm afraid we're short on time. You're short on time? I mean, I was born yesterday. So you want me to track down the cheap hood who knocked off this Balder guy? Yes. Before you were born, I swore an oath that you would neither wash your hands nor comb your hair until you put Balder's murderer in his grave. Yes. Can I at least brush my teeth? So, what did this Balder fella look like? Big, Nordic looking guy? Yes, we all are. Good point. Was he bald all over or just on top? Or was it one of those weird patchy things on the back? He He had all of his hair. His name was Balder. He was killed right here in Asgard. Any witnesses? Hundreds. Gods, dwarves, elves, even giants. Hmm. Sounds like a tough crowd. Were you having a thug convention or something? It was supposed to be a celebration in his honor. We had no idea he would be murdered. But in an ironic twist, his celebration turned into a funeral. Old, it's my party and I'll die if I want to case, huh? Everyone piles in for some mead and flax cake, and wham, someone sends the guest of honor down to the old cooler at Niflheim. So why don't you gods avenge his murder? We are far too busy. Plus, we all pledged not to kill one another. There's also a strong possibility that Baldur's murderer is one of the gods. Stabbed in the back, huh? No, in the front, actually. Right there in the atrium. Ooh, painful spot. Tell me this. Where were you when all this went down? Me. What does that have to do with anything? Fences, huh? I'll make a note of that. Or would if I knew how to write. Got any of those runes handy? Just get to it. I'm running short of time. Find Baldur's murderer and kill him. Or else. I know you just said or else, which was really intimidating, but I still have to ask. What's in it for me? How dare you speak to Odin that way? Easy, pot liquor. Spear shaker. Sorry about that, babe, but I think the big guy can answer for himself. I don't think you understand. I'm making you one of those offers you can't refuse. But if you are looking for further compensation, the Norns have declared that Vali the Avenger will be one of the few gods to survive Ragnarok. I'm a god, huh? Not too shabby. Nice to know. Mom must have missed that important piece of information. Probably tried to tell me yesterday, but I was going through my teenage years and wasn't listening to a word she said. I see. Shall we continue? Give me a break, Pops. It's just a trip down memory lane. My case, it's a short trip. So you said after Ragnarok I get to rule the world, but won't the world just be a huge pile of rubble by then? Yes, but you'll get to be the king of rubble. Yeah, tempting. Or I could reduce you to a smoking pile of ash. I like your style. All right, you have a deal. Valley's on the job. Excellent. I have some wandering to do. Now, I'll help me leave. Good. Never wanted it in the first place. I could see this meeting between Pops and me had not gone well. Made a mental note to check into the family counseling later. His Valkyrie goon showed me out of Valhalla. Rather roughly, I might add. Saw through her manhandling, though. If she had a soft spot anywhere, it was for me. After I located my kneecaps and reattached them, I started snooping around Asgard, asking questions. Name's Vali, Private Avenger. What can you tell me about Baldy? The reaction was always the same. When I mentioned the stiff's name, they got all weepy-eyed. Some of them turned on the waterworks so bad I couldn't get a word out of them. Come to find out, the whole world was weeping for Balder. On top of that, there wasn't a motive in sight. Balder was the most straight-laced guy who ever lived. Handsome, kind, caring, faithful to his wife, never did a bad deed in his life. But the question kept nagging at me. If he doesn't have any enemies, who killed him? I needed to get answers, and fast. There's a narrow space between Valhalla and the next hall. Kind of a dark alley. Valhalla, they call it. It's where the scum of Asgard go to hang out. Found a couple of dwarves lurking there. They were carving some graffiti about the goddess Freya into the wall. Recognized one of them as a thug named Anklebatter. Seen his ugly mug on a poster somewhere. Wanted for lifting the golden horseshoes off Slipnir. Need to get some information from you, low lives. Get it? Low lives? Hilarious. Guess you're short on humor, or maybe you're just short on everything. What can you tell me about Balder? I can tell you that I mind my own business, wise guy. Hey, buddy, when somebody bumps off a god, it's everybody's business. And I'm working for the Allfather. The Allfather. Yeah, so start spilling your guts. What do you know about Balder's wife? She was a dame named Nana. Was? What happened? Did she skip town after the murder? No. She died of grief, so she could be with her husband. Two dead gods. Deities were really piling up. Sounds fishy. Anybody actually check if she was dead? She could have faked it. They burned her body. Can't fake that. What are a couple of two-bit hoods like you doing in Asgard anyway? We were invited. Pencil neck. Queen Frigga invited all the creatures of the 9 worlds. She said, come, throw an axe at my son. Nothing going to hurt him. And it was a weekend, and we had nothing better to do. Why not? Frigga, huh? That's his mom. Talk about tough love. Maybe I need to be asking her some questions. Talk to whoever you want, Pinhead. You ain't nothing go to crack this case. I flipped him a coin. Thanks for the info. Here's a gold piece to grow on, half pint. I found Queen Frigga in the last place I thought I'd find a royal dame like her. Mead Hall dive on the backside of Asgard. The place was filled with smoke. Must have been a goat roast night. Recognized Frigga because she was wearing the same goofy winged cap that I'd seen on Odin. Must have gotten a 2-for-1 deal. All right, Queenie, what's your game? I'm shooting dice. Care to play? No, thanks. Don't play games, or at least not ones that involve counting. Tell me, what's a classy dame like you doing in a meat hall like this? That's my business. Who are you, stranger? My name's Vali, Private Avenger. I was sent here by Odin, my father. Your father? That two-timing cad. I should have known. Wait until I see him again. Don't be too hard on him. Said he had to sire me. You think I'm going to believe that? I wasn't born yesterday. I don't like what you're trying to imply here, sister. Well, I always knew he had a wandering eye. Yeah, looks like you're taking a permanent vacation. Tell me, Frigga, you acted pretty calm and collected for a mother who's just lost a darling son. It's this drink here. The witch who runs this place brews an ale of forgetfulness. It's pretty handy at times like this. I just need a quiet place to forget. Great. Then I doubt you'll be able to tell me any details about your son's death. Like, maybe why you invited a bunch of thugs to come attack him. Unfortunately, the ale's wearing off. Yes, I invited all the creatures of the world to come here and test out my spell of protection over Balder. How could I know that one thing, one tiny little plant, could hurt him? When has mistletoe ever hurt anyone? Depends on who you're standing under it with. So, someone made a mistletoe missile and killed Balder. This doesn't add up. You mean my story? Nah, this dice you just rolled. Can't do the math. But getting back to the case, you're saying that you weren't trying to get your own son killed. Of course not. No, you're saying you weren't, or yes, you're saying you weren't. I didn't murder him, but I can tell you who did. That was the strangest thing about it. The person who threw the mistletoe spear was. She took a swig of ale to clear her throat, but when she did, she wiped out her memory again. Try as I might, I couldn't get any more out of her. She couldn't even tell me her name or day of the week. But at least I could check her off my list of suspects. And I had the murder weapon. In a burg like Asgard, you gotta know where to look for information. And I didn't. Scouted around and saw there was a big, shifty looking thug leaning against the walls of Asgard like he was waiting for the next Bifrost out of town. Buddy, who got to ask around here about getting some mistletoe? His eyes got wide and he pointed down the wall. Thanks, Mac. I headed on down the wall, but I noticed that gorilla was telling me. So I slowed down a bit. When he got a little too close, I doubled around and grabbed him real rough like. I held my dagger to his face. One more step, pal, and you'll have a new nostril. He just stared at me with this dumb look on his face and didn't say a word. All right, buddy, you asked for it. Ah! Stop! Stop! Some mouthy blackbird was perched on top of the wall. Oh, get out of here, you lousy bird, before you make a mess all over the place. That's Spider! The Allfather sent him to help you. He's your brother. My brother. I backed Spider up, brushed him off, and looked him over. Yeah, he does have the family looks. Well, as long as he keeps out of the way and keeps his mouth shut. He's a mute. Well, I like that in a partner. Now scram, Birdie. Keep your beak shut about this. Last thing we need is some squawking stool pigeon. I'm a raven, you dumb palooka. Shook my hands with my long-lost brother. Put her there, Viddy. Sorry about that. This case is shaping up to be a real family reunion. And, he smiled a real dopey smile and shrugged. So, question is, where did our murderer get his mistletoe? Stuff doesn't just grow on trees. Viddy pointed. Some mistletoe was actually growing on a nearby tree. Oh, okay, maybe it does. Fetch me a torch, Viddy. Climbed up, nabbed the mistletoe. Viddy came back with my torch and I held it up to the plant. The mistletoe started feeling the heat real fast. All right, plant, start talking or start sparking. What do you want? I don't know nothing. Double negatives, huh? Don't they teach your plants grammar? Where were you the day Balder was killed? I'm right here. Where else will I be? Let's get moving, big room. I grew on this street here. I despise parasites like you, but who picked you? Who would put you up to this? I don't know. I didn't see her face. Her? So you're saying this was the work of a Dane? Yeah. She was ugly, too. Her chin and her nose were having a picnic. An old crone. She picked a piece of me and handed it to a guy she had with her. He was blind, though. Blind? Blind to her intentions? No. Couldn't see. Oh. What do you look like? No, they're looking. Ha! Go figure. What a case. Got a blind suspect, mute sidekick, and a boss who's one eye short of a set. Suddenly, Moonlight was all but blotted out. Biggest goon I ever seen was towering over us. He was shaking a hammer that looked like it could put every nail in your coffin. Watch it, pal. I got the dents pressed out of my helmet. Thor has heard what you've been asking questions about town. Who's Thor? I am Thor. I see. It's speaking the third person day again already. Always sneaks up on me. Ugh. You are causing trouble here in Asgard. What's your deal? Are you the law around here or something? You might say that. I bring the mighty thunderbolt. Yeah, I bring the potato salad, but who cares? I'm Vali, Private A, and this is my brother Veter. Don't try any of your double talk with him, though he doesn't speak. Why does he not speak? Guess he has nothing to say. It's a condition that's contagious around here when it comes to Balder person. Say, aren't you Balder's brother from another mother? Yes, Thor is Balder's brother. Thor is, but you're not. What? Try to keep up. Is there any reason why you would want to hit your brother with a mistletoe spear and kill him? No, Thor's honest and true. Yes, Thor is, but we're talking about you. What? I have a mind too. That's good news. We were worried there for a minute. So, you're not ruling yourself out as the murderer. That's what I'm getting to here. I will strike you with my mighty hammer Mjolnir. I'm surprised you can say that to me. Ha! Why? Because you think you can stop me? No, I'm surprised that you can say it. It is a big word. Thor does not like you. Ah, Thor doesn't, but you do. How nice. I think I have enough information on you. I turned to go, but a tall, shadowy character with a wide-rimmed hat was looming my way. Who are you?
It is I, Odin. I'm in a disguise.
Good one. About had a heart attack here.
Have you solved this case yet?
Give me a minute. My life just flashed before my eyes. Honestly, it didn't take long. And sure, I could see it now. Under all that getup, it was Odin. He was eyeballing Vidi and me, or at least trying to. I was just questioning Thor here, or maybe I should say vice versa. What did you call me?
Thor is innocent. Do you actually think he would be smart enough to pull off a job like this? No offense, son.
None taking, father.
Hodor, the blind brother of Baldur, is the one who killed him.
Killed by his brother, huh? I'm not sure I want to be part of this family. You know, This would have been a handy piece of information before I wasted half my life on this investigation. For most people, that's just a figure of speech.
You're the Avenger. It's your job to figure it out.
Well, where do I find this Hodor crook? Thor saw him flee Asgard. Yeah, and only if Thor was here to tell us which way he went.
No one could know where he is. Hodor has a shield of darkness that hides him whenever he wishes not to be found.
Great! This has to be the worst day of my life, and it hasn't even rained yet.
To find your man, I'm afraid you will have to consult the Norns. They live under a root of the world tree. They are three weird, all seeing sisters.
Well, at least someone can see around here.
Visit them, and they will tell you what you want to know. Take Slipnir. He will get you there quickly.
Thor wishes you well, Avenger. Well, when you see him again, say thanks. Vidi and me climbed aboard Odin's built for speed steed. His 8 legs took us to the Norn's route before we knew it. The 3 weird sisters, emphasis on weird, sat around a glowing fountain. Shady little watering hole you have here, ladies. We know why you've come, Avenger. You seek Hodor, the blind one. You want to kill him for the death of Balder. Well, want isn't exactly the word I'd choose. Compelled to, against my will. That's more like it. Hodor has lost himself in the forest of darkness. Well, give him a break. He is blind. You'd get lost too. But, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This Hodor guy's got a shield of darkness and is lost in the forest of darkness. So that's like double darkness. Yes. This is gonna be fun. Any advice? Take a light. Wait a minute. We're getting commission. Vali will be successful. Vali will slay Hodor. I don't know if I'd call that successful. Knocking off a blind guy doesn't sound like a very honorable thing to do, even if he is a murderer. There's more. Peter, the Silent One, will one day slay the great wolf, Fenrir. Well, I like his future better. You think we could switch? Farewell, farewell. Sounded like the Forest of Darkness would be a tough spot to find, especially about dusk, but Vidi had apparently paid attention in geography. We came to the forest somewhere between Jotunheim and Midgard. 3 feet into it, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. You kept bumping into trees. This is pointless. Let's try another method. All right, Hodor, we know you're in here. We have this forest surrounded. Come out with your hands up. No funny business. Apparently, in the bluff worked because Hodor appeared out of the gloom. Fit the description, blind, Nordic-looking guy. All right, Hodor, we know you took down Balder, so start singing. Have mercy, have mercy. Ugh. Okay, stop singing. It's a matter of speech. I can tell you're related to Thor. You got me pegged all wrong. Did you throw a mistletoe spear through your brother Balder? Yes. I think we have about right then. But I didn't know it would kill him. Honest, you gotta believe me. I was a patsy in someone else's scheme. Okay, name names. Who set you up? I don't even know her name. It was some old lady who smelled like dead cats and onions. She saw I wasn't joking in on the fun, so she told me she'd make me a mistletoe spear to hurl at Balder. Ah, Dupe the new guy with the mistletoe spear, Con. Why didn't you see through that? I know. How could I have been so blind? Huh. Well, we're taking you back to Valhalla and we'll let Odin sort all this out. Wait a minute. I know who it was. It had to be him. Who else would want to do in Balder but him? Him. Said it was a her. It was. I was beginning to think Hoder here had finally cracked. Loki put me up to it, and he took the form of an old lady. Changed his gender. Man, this case has it all. Fratricide, intrigue, sex changes. It all makes sense now. Well, that's great, but you still technically murdered your brother and you're gonna have to answer for it. We're gonna take you back to Odin's headquarters for questioning. But I just told you I was innocent. Can't you let me off with a warning? No can do. Book 'em, Viddy. It was then that Hoder got the bright idea to run for it. Now, you'd think a chase scene where the chase is blind would be a quick one, but old Hoder had chosen his hiding place well. In the forest of darkness, we were just as blind as he was, and in fact blinder. I ran smack dab into about half a dozen trees before I finally saw a light at the end of the forest. Don't do it, Hoder. There's no escape from the law. The forest ended in a big, dramatic cliff, but Hoder was running ahead full tilt. He didn't see it coming, literally. Stop, Hoder! Stop! I knocked an arrow into my bow. It's just a warning shot, just to let him know he was getting too close to the edge of the cliff. Ah! Oops. Hoder disappeared over the edge of the cliff. I turned, shrugged at Viddy. So I'm not the best shot. Need a couple of days more to practice, I guess. Well, at least the case is closed. So Balder was avenged. As we made our way back to Asgard, I realized I didn't feel good about this case. It had taken us on a wild goose chase, and now we were coming back gooseless. The real culprit was still out there, the sleazebag Loki, just gonna walk away with free man or woman, whatever he was. When we reported our findings back to the Allfather, he didn't really seem surprised.
I had a hunch it was Loki all along.
Once again, thanks for sharing that hunch with the rest of us.
Finding out information is what you get paid for.
I'm getting paid for this.
The rest of the gods and I will deal with Loki. You've done your part. Good job.
You know, Pops, next time you need another Avenger, find yourself someone else. I'm through with this racket.
What will you do now?
For starters, I'm going to spruce up a bit. Run a comb through my hair, wash this grime off my hands. It's been driving me crazy. Quail Stomper the Valkyrie was standing by the hall door, giving me the look. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got bigger herring to fry. Know any good meat joints around these parts, kitten? She must have liked being called kitten because she purred at me. Okay, actually it was more of a growl. I know I might be a little young for you, doll, but I'll grow on you. Now, where's that mistletoe? We walked out into the moonlight, and it was the beginning of a brutal relationship.